We're learning more about a stabbing involving multiple inmates that happened Thursday night at the South Dakota State Penitentiary.
According to investigators, 6 inmates were stabbed inside the Jamison Annex. 5 were hospitalized with serious, non-life-threatening injuries. Attorney General Marty Jackley says multiple inmates from Section 2 broke into Section 1 of the facility. Authorities believe 4 shanks were used to stab the other inmates. So far, officials have recovered 3 weapons. This is an ongoing DCI investigation. The suspect in a deadly Sioux Falls crash is back behind bars. 19-year-old Damian Laureles is charged with manslaughter and vehicular homicide. In April of last year, police say he crashed an SUV into a tree and house in central Sioux Falls, killing 2 15-year-olds and injuring 5 others. Last month, Laureles was released on a $100,000 cash bond. On Friday, he returned to court, and according to online records, his bond was revoked. The Minnehaha County Jail now lists his bond at $300,000. Laureles is scheduled to be back in court in October. Canton Lutheran Church is finally ready to welcome people back into the basement fellowship hall after more than a year of renovations. Historic flooding struck southeast South Dakota last year, and Canton was one of the hardest hit areas. Many buildings took on water, including the century-old Canton Lutheran. But now the church's basement space is ready for fellowship once again, thanks to the help and support of many people, both within the congregation and beyond.
So we have part of the ELCA, this denomination we're part of. We got a large grant through Lutheran Disaster Relief. And then a lot of churches, probably about 13 different churches, most of which were Lutheran, gave contributions. Canton Lutheran donated money left over from the basement fundraising effort to a church in Iowa that was also impacted by last year's flooding. Well, now let's get a check on our weather with meteorologist Brian Karstens. Good morning, Brian.
Good morning. A very warm day today. Hot weather for some of us. A high near 90 in Sioux Falls this afternoon. That would tie a record from 1897. That's a pretty old one, isn't it? 91 our high in Yankton today, 86 Rapid City. Yesterday it was 92 in Rapid. We're not done with the 90s. We're going to have a look at your 7-day forecast coming up in just a few minutes.
Thank you, Brian. The 437 Project runners have completed their journey across the state of South Dakota. They were welcomed to Sioux Falls Sunday afternoon. The 12 runners included our own Dan Santella, who shared stories throughout the journey and has more to come.
We should do stories that impact our communities and that impact people and that have real, tangible, demonstrative value.
The run raised over $322,000 for the Helpline Center. Camp Leaf Erickson in Sioux Falls is getting a macabre makeover ahead of Halloween. The people behind the Terror 29 haunted house are converting the campground into a haunted woods called Terror Trail. The camp already has some built-in advantages that make it an ideal location to scare people.
The woods at night are just spooky on its own. Throw in some strobes and some lights, some props, get our scare actors in here. It's going to be super spooky.
The Terror Trail will open to the public on October 10th. It's pumpkin picking time at Cherry Rock Farms in Brandon. The pumpkin patch has grown over the years, and now kids can find different varieties of pumpkins to choose from. They also offer hay rides, a corn maze, and other activities.
We'll have coffee for the grown-ups that have had kids eagerly awaiting pumpkins. We'll have food trucks out here starting at about 10:30, and then everything else will be running from the time we open till when we close at 5 p.m.
The pumpkin patch is open every weekend through October. That's a look at some of our top stories. Now let's get another check of your weather with meteorologist Brian Karstens. Brian?
All right, our weather picture. You can see the core of the heat here across the northern plains this week. Temperatures are going to stay way above normal. In fact, we get into probably Thursday, Friday. There's more evidence building that, we're going to see more 90-degree weather in Sioux Falls. Look how big that area goes all the way up into Canada. So it's not just local. It's a very large-scale pattern. So that's the way things are going to look, at least through the week. Now, the weekend can change a little. There's the potential for a cold front to come through. Whether or not that has the ability to break this down, that's remains to be seen here. I still think next week could be a little bit more interesting, but it might take a while as we try to eventually get this pattern to shake out a little bit. But Keep watching that throughout the week. We're going to give you more timing details. But by the way, if this map is correct, oh, that's a whole lot colder. I mean, that's going to be the kind of weather that's really going to get our attention. But it's only a chance that it's going to get that cold. And by no means are we there yet. And we don't have to be, because that's way beyond the 7-day forecast. Let's focus back to what's here today. We're at 90 Sioux Falls, 91 in Mitchell. Very confident we're going to have a steady south wind. It's going to be strongest in central South Dakota. A couple thunder showers could pop up this evening around Spearfish. Northern Black Hills, remember that too in the forecast. Tomorrow, not as warm for Sioux Falls. We're going to try to tone things back. A few more clouds could be responsible for that too, with a high in the low 80s. And then we look ahead here to Wednesday. A couple of sprouting showers or thunder showers in the central. That's something else that could sneak in under the radar here, so to speak. And I think through and through, though, temperatures during the day part. Every day is very, very warm. Lows at night are in the 60s. Look at that on Thursday. That may not be warm enough. Sioux Falls, I still think we could hit 90 on Thursday. Maybe 90 on Friday, too. 90 today. That's our forecast. 90 degrees in Mitchell. Here's a quick look at the 7-day forecast. Well, the weekend, if we can bring that front in, we can start to drop the temperature a little bit. 20% chance of rain. Fine with that for now. I think right now we can hold off on any major rain, but we'll watch and see if Aberdeen could spark a couple of thunderstorms too with the cold front. And if we can get that front to push through, we'll drop things at least into the 70s. That's a little bit closer to normal. Pierre and Rapid City also will start to drop a little bit by Saturday and Sunday. But until then, it's a warm week. We've got Rapid City, 88 tomorrow. 89 on Thursday. Check out more details online at KENDALLLAND.com.